You read that right. Van floor heating just got so much easier.
Ready to get started?
Here I am, born ready. Look ready?
Today we are installing our subfloor in the van, which is not just a basic piece of plywood, it's actually the foundation for our radiant floor heating system. If you saw the last episode of our van build, then you know we're having trouble with the drive shaft of this van. I don't know what it is, but it's really loud and really annoying. But we have the van back temporarily while we wait for Mercedes to help us figure out how to get this resolved. And they have some pretty good confidence that there's a resolution in place, so we're taking the gamble and continuing the van build because we have a tight deadline coming up with our little one being born in April, and we need to get this van completed.
So, subfloor it is. Since we bought this van as a cargo van, it came with absolutely nothing inside, which means we are working with a blank slate when it comes to flooring, and we can do whatever we want.
If you're building out a van like us, then you need to consider whether or not your van's going to be an all-season van or a 3-season van and what you're going to do with the subfloor.
In our last van, we had a diesel heater under the passenger seat, which served its purpose, but because we had Mercedes stock floor and we didn't insulate it at all, because Kevin was concerned he wasn't going to be able to stand up straight if we added too much to the bottom floor, that our toes were pretty darn cold. So this time, we're installing the beluga. What's the beluga? Radiant flooring! Yeah!
That's going in.
I'm just kidding. But seriously, we are.
Taylor's not kidding. We're doing a full hydronic heating system, and we have a radiant floor heating system that we got from Just Roaming Designs, which is a partner of Rixon's, and we're super excited because it's the lowest profile heated subfloor on the market today.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you something, Norman. The McGill on the Map blog, I had to answer questions from everything from heart surgery to surfing to marriage problems to cesspool cleaning. Everything. I had that. Anything you wanted. And here's Swift and Mathers on the Map. They're sitting here and they won't even put a changing table in my van. All right, I have to take the baby to Disney World.
The seat's gonna be folded. I told you. You change it on the table, on the seat.
No, I need a playpen too. I gotta change diapers, and I need money from Formula. So,
From Formula.
yeah, so I have a GoFundMe page, McGillonthemap.com, and send everything that looks like from George Washington to Lincoln, whatever. Ben Franklin, you can send anything you want.
Glenn said he's taking KJ, who is our baby to be. He thinks it's a boy.
Kevin Jr.
To Disney World. So we're gonna make him keep his word on that. And when did you say? June or something?
June, yeah, he should be.
2 months. 2 months.
About a month after he's. I got him in Pee Wee hockey. Okay, I have him enrolled in Pee Wee hockey this summer, and he has a brand new pair of CCM Bowers.
Did you surf?
Yeah.
I heard you were out on your longboard.
I know, and I couldn't even turn it. I couldn't turn it. It's 7 foot, and I haven't ridden a board that big since I was 12 years old. And I had that 7 foot board, and I got up, and perfect wave, and the board went straight, and I turned it flat on my face. People on the pier were cracking up, laughing, you know.
Longboard
season.
season.
Board. That was $1,400.
Well, you're made of money, so.
I doubt that.
Oh,
I gotta
God.
take care of this whole neighborhood. It's amazing.
All right. Well, we're doing the flooring today.
Glad you came to help with the install.
Oh yeah, I need a lot of stuff for when I go to Orlando with my little buddy. Right?
All right.
himself up.
See you later.
See you, Chubby. New nickname.
That is so rude. Calls me chubby now. First things first, we have to take out all of these bolts, lay it on the floor to make sure it actually fits properly, and then we'll get into the installation. Oh, God.
Yo, you gotta squeeze.
I almost lost a kneecap.
You loosen these up with a wrench and then...
Why doesn't it work?
once you have it loose,
Oh gosh.
Jesus, you gotta, are you?
I don't know which way.
You're all tight, girl. You gotta,
Well, who set me up for failure? I'll answer that. You did.
so we gotta get all these out, and you're gonna want to loosen them with a wrench, and then once you break the looseness, then you can use just a drill to do it. There's gonna be a big kickback though, as you can tell from Taylor. I'm breaking her knee, so just be careful.
Well, let me get one. I can't be defeated.
Hold it really tight. So hold it from the bottom. Taylor.
Oh yeah. It's about time I did something over there. Is that right?
Jesus. What do you think about the storage unit?
Oh, I hate it in here. It's almost as bad as the office. I mean, I cleaned it for you, and this is what you've done to the place. I'm serious.
I mean, you just.
I what?
There's so much stuff.
You asked for all of this for Christmas.
No, it's just because the van is so full.
Well,
There's so
that
much
too.
van stuff.
So we have 4 pieces of flooring that came in. They tell you to wear gloves because you could get fiberglass on your hands. But we are going to put them in the van before we do the cleaning and everything to make sure they fit.
1, 2, 3, go!
Oh yeah, like a glove.
What do you think?
I think it looks great. You might be wondering why we are testing it out like this and not actually putting it in place. We're worried that if we put it all down in place and have it a perfect fit, that we won't be able to get it back up without breaking it, and we still have to clean underneath. So that's why it looks like this.
So think about it, if you wanted to do a DIY of this, you would have to scribe out the template of the floor and the shape of the van. Then you would have to build your base layer, insulate it, and then you would have to route out your area where you want to run the PEX lines. So that's like a crap ton of effort compared to doing this and having it CNC cut for you. It's time for the installation. First things first, denatured actually, alcohol. We're gonna wipe it down, then we'll put the adhesive, and we'll get this floor in, weigh it down overnight, come back tomorrow, lay the PEX. That's it. In terms of installation, it's very easy and basically like one big puzzle. The first step is to clean the van's metal floor, removing all of the dust and dirt, wiping it down with denatured alcohol.
It's clean.
Feels clean. Just wipe the whole thing down. Time for adhesive, and then we'll get going.
Yeah.
I hope it's gonna stop raining.
Same.
Then, starting from the rear, you lay down the adhesive that comes in the kit. We recommend using a heavy-duty caulk gun since this adhesive is really thick and your forearms will thank you after. Once you get the floor in place, you can use screwdrivers to make sure it's properly aligned with the bolt holes. Then, match up the next piece and connect it at the dovetail seams. We put extra globs of adhesive under the seams at the low bevels of the floor for added support. It's globbing out.
Hopefully not. Essential thing.
Third piece going in.
Third piece.
Looking good. Add the remaining pieces and it's time to let it cure overnight. Woo!
Wow, that's a nice tight squeeze.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's gonna be freaking PEX. Heated floor. This is gonna
I
be...
really like that you added it where our toes will be for dinner.
Oh yeah. We got the flooring in. Now it's time to just put the weight down and let the adhesive cure overnight. It was really easy, to be honest. It was just 4 pieces, putting a puzzle piece together and just laying the adhesive down. It's so clean. We didn't have to do any scribing of the templates of the van, which was really, really nice too. So this saved us a ton of time. And I'm actually excited to drive because this is sound deadening as well. And it's an insulated foam, high density foam material, or fiberglass foam material. So it should be a lot more quiet when we're driving too.
It's a new day. It's freezing. Kevin didn't clean out the van. And it's still wet out.
Clean out the van. I'm still applying pressure to the floor.
Well, the pressure is over. Now you're getting pressure from me. Enough of that. Right there.
Nice.
We're gonna have a microwave in this van. Plot twist. Let's go.
All right. Jeez.
It's officially day 2 of the flooring install, which means PEX and the
Heat transfer plates.
heat transfer plates are going in. Big moves happening over here.
So if you're curious what our layout is kind of like, this on the driver's side and the rear is where the heating element is going to be for the hydronic heating system. And you can see in the floor that Just Roaming does the CNC routing, makes it really nice and clean. It starts here, goes all the way around our shower pan, loops back, and then back to the front around the seat, where we're going to have our foldable seat and dinette area. So our toes will be warm when we're eating dinner, which will be really nice. And then it's going to zigzag back and forth towards the kitchen side of the van, and then it'll loop back to the hydronic heating system right here. And basically, that's where all our plumbing's going to live, our water tank, and then the rest of the build as normal. But this flooring with this little channel right here is pretty much the main meat and bones, I guess, of the whole system.
So Just Roaming makes it really easy to install this. They actually send you the heat transfer plates as well as the PEX to put into the routing grooves. And if you look closely, they even route out a little box so you know exactly where to put each heat transfer plate so that the heat is equally transferred.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. She's a tight fit.
So nice. Look at that.
That is nice. This is fun. This is like a nice little puzzle. But it's the easiest puzzle you'll ever do because it's like a child's puzzle.
The reason this is such a low profile system is because it uses 3/8 outside diameter PEX tubing instead of like a 1/2 inch. So it's even thinner, and then this CNC cut is only a 1/2 inch off the top instead of, I guess, a 5/8 or a 3/4 inch that you would need for 1 inch diameter. And it's just really, really clean with this system.
This is fun.
Yeah. Taylor's having a good time.
Yes.
That's one of them?
Yep. I found it best if you step long ways. Alright, next order of business is the PEX.
So we have our heat transfer plates down, the PEX down. The next thing is the 1/4 inch piece of plywood that's going to go over it, and we're just going to staple that down. It's going to be really easy. But we just wanted to admire it because as soon as we put the 1/4 inch plywood down, we're not going to see this again. So
I can feel the change within my bones, leaving you laughing to the unknown. Just believe and you will see what the
Make everything blue in this thing, the whole thing blue. And if it is a SJ Swift Jr., listen to me. I got something you put in the Cheerios. It'll make that baby look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in a week.
we'll keep moving on. Let's go.
on the plywood, Just Roaming does a little stitching of the actual PEX routing, so you know where you should absolutely not screw into to damage the PEX, which I really, really like. And they even outline the heat transfer plates as well.
How's your length?
Well, if I take my hat off, I got about
2 inches.
3 fingers. Let me do it this way without the ring. And I have shoes on. But we don't have the
Flooring
final
in.
flooring down.
Or the roof.
Or the roof, uh-oh.
It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, so 3. With the shower pan, it's going to be super not great. Because the shower pan's like 1 inch. It's going to be tight.
You'll be alright.
I'll be alright. When my toes are singing, "Ooh, it's warm in here," I won't care too much about the height.
In your head.
I want to be.
Alright.
It is time to make this permanent. We're going to screw this down, staple it down with 3/4 inch crown staples. Any last words?
Good luck.
Make sure you
Safety first.
safety first. Yeah, thank you. All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
It's in.
It's on the wrong spot.
What? God, you gave me a little bit of a heart attack there, huh? I don't like that.
I'm so funny.
Bang!
To the door, no. We've been down this road, won't go back. No, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Moving on up, let's
Get it.
keep moving. Keep moving, yeah, yeah. Keep moving, yeah, yeah.
We're done.
We're done. That was the best and easiest van project ever. It was the perfect puzzle.
You really liked it.
Yeah, it was so
Like this was
easy.
your probably. I would say it's up there on the list of her favorite
Yeah, it was so easy.
van build
It was
episodes.
So convenient.
And clean and nice and.
Yeah, I didn't have to sand anything, which is usually my job.
So, if you're interested in something like this, it is a big added expense, but the reason why we chose this is because we didn't have a subfloor, so we would have had to create one out of plywood, and it just would have been really, really difficult.
Not to mention, our last van, the floor was so cold, so we definitely wanted some sort of better insulation or heated floors.
We knew we were going heated floors, so it was whether we wanted to go DIY or the professionally.
We were this close to going the DIY route, but it just sounded like a really bad, messy idea that was going to probably cost us the same amount as this once we actually figured it out.
Yeah, we would probably screw up the wood, snap it in half, and it would have just been a mess. Plus, this is, again, the lowest profile, which was a big thing for me, and that we definitely wouldn't have been able to stay at only an inch going the DIY method. With this flooring, it's lighter weight too, and it has like mildew resistant material, so you don't have to worry about the wood rotting if it gets wet or something like that, which is also really nice. And if you didn't want to go the PEX flooring, if you're not going to hydronic heating system where you don't want heated floors, they do offer a solution that's a little bit more affordable without the CNC routed lines for the PEX, and it's just the floor, which is still only an inch. It has the sound deadening capabilities and the insulating high density fiberglass foam. So something to consider. But yeah, I think we're super stoked. Next up is to get the hydronic system in. For this project would be to get the hydronic system in with Rixon's and then test it out. I cannot wait to have a warm floor in the van.
It's going to be so nice. All right, well, that wraps up.
Jesus.
What?
We're keeping this in here. We're showing the people what you do to me.
Your hair looks
Yeah, I know it does. My goodness.
All right, well, that wraps up this episode of the van build. The van is headed back to Mercedes in 2 short days.
Fingers
So
crossed.
hopefully it won't take as long to figure out what the heck's going wrong with it, and we'll get it back soon.
We do have a trip to IKEA too, so we can tell if this dampened that sound at all. Because it's also adding a little bit more weight, so hopefully maybe with the drive shaft we'll get lucky and it will start to diminish. Because I have a theory that as we add more and more weight, the sound should get less and less.
Hopefully.
But yeah.
But thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, what do you think? Another van build episode. Who knew? We should have been done the van by now.
Seriously.
I mean, if you told me that we would be only this far in January,
I would believe you.
I wouldn't. I'd be so pissed if you told me that.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's frustrating.
All right. Break. Cut.